Hi guys, so my recent video for Spellbinders Sealed for Summer collection release, I had shown a few different collections that they had released for June, and I mentioned that there were new wax bead colors, and so mine have arrived, so I'm going to share those with you today. These were sent free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. I know some of these colors had sold out. Right now off the top of my head I don't remember which one, so I'm just going to show them all to you, and I'll just have them linked in the description box there. Okay, so we'll just get started. So I did pair these up in a way, or match them up, that kind of has like color families, so you can kind of see the difference in the colors, hopefully. But we'll start off with this one here. This is the wax beads called Driftwood, and that is such a pretty color. Again, not quite the gold from like the initial set, and just a little more, just really pretty and classic. So we have that. There are 100 wax beads in them. If you're using some of the new like larger heads, again, you know, Spellbinders will give you an idea of the size of the head of the wax seals, which I will grab in a minute because of course we'll play with them a little bit. If you're doing like the 1 inch size, the larger size, I would say probably use about 4 of these beads. And then if you're using the little smaller head that's like a 3/4 inch, you can probably get away with 3. I think initially whenever you had used them, I had used 2, and that's okay, but it's really, you want 3 or 4 beads whenever you're doing your wax seals. So we have that guy. And this is not in rainbow order at all or anything. I just kind of put them out here. So these are what I would consider the green ones, citrine. Beautiful, gorgeous pop. I feel like this citrine with like some of these purples, how pretty will that be for like Halloween? Just a lime, really, really gorgeous color, and it has that shimmer on there. So that's citrine. And then this is matcha, very matcha. I mean, sorry about that, it's 6 in the morning and someone decided to drive a very loud vehicle through here. Just that beautiful color you expect with like matcha tea. You know, it's kind of like a green, but not super bright like this one. Just really, really pretty. Verdant, if you will, on that one. Laguna, so they're the blues. So this is Laguna here, and then this is Mystic Blue. So Laguna, very pretty blue, more of a teal. In real life, it is picking up more like a dusty blue. I don't know how to explain that. And then Mystic Blue is just a bright pop of really pretty blue. It's a pretty blue. Not super like royal blue, a little lighter than that, but definitely, oopsie, blue, as you can see, compared to like this guy. And then we have some beautiful purples, so pastel lilac. It is a cream kind of wax seal. As you can see, there's no shimmer to this one, at least not that I see. And if I look really close, yeah, it's just kind of like a satin wax look, right? Pastel lilac. And then this one here is called Enchanted, and this one does have a little bit of a shimmer in it. You can see it's a little bit lighter in purple than what the camera's picking up. The camera is picking it up very vibrantly. It's just a little more muted. Really pretty. And then we have Twilight Purple. Hopefully you can see the difference with those 3. Yeah, in real life there's a big difference between these two, but on camera they're looking not similar, but almost the same kind of hue, but they're not. Twilight Purple has a little bit of shimmer to it, but there's like a darkness to it. I don't know if you can see that. The shimmer looks like a little darker. I don't know how to explain that. Really, just really pretty. And both these guys are very shimmery, pearlescent, pink damask, and coral. Oh, you know we love coral. So the pink, very light, girly girl pink. Just, oh gosh, like very ballerina, you know? That pink with the shimmer there. And then this one is coral. Beautiful. Coral on the camera looks like a little bit redder than it looks like in real life. Definitely a redder coral, but not as red as you're seeing there, but very, very pretty with the shimmer. And then these are, you know, some darker red type colors, magenta, if you want to consider magenta red or purple or however, classic crimson. And these, neither one has what I would consider the shimmer to it, where the pastel lilac is very cream, kind of, not flat, because I know it's going to be a little shiny when you use it. This one has that same kind of feel, but this one almost looks a little bit, not, I don't know if I want to say see-through, just a little different magenta. And then the classic crimson is just something I would think you would see back in the day when they were using wax seals, just gorgeous, deep color. Again, that satin kind of look, as it doesn't have the shimmer in it. So super classic. And we'll try that out today. One other thing I might try out for you guys is just kind of, what I think I'm going to do with these guys is just make some wax seals on the silicone mat that you get in the initial starter kit. And I'm going to try to twist them a little bit for you, because I think a lot of people have questions as far as like, oh, if you put that on a card or an envelope and you send it off, is it going to chip off? A lot of times people will place them then in a plastic or a clear envelope for mailing, and then you want to put your stamps on the clear envelope. Okay, don't put them underneath because they won't accept them because they can't cancel them, right? So if you're using something like that, definitely put that on the outside to protect it. It depends on the wax is what I would say. So if it's the kind of wax that it's going to crumble, it will probably chip or break. If it's the kind that just has some give to it, you're going to have better luck. Generally, I've been using them on the cards in the inside, but again, it just depends on the wax. So let's do that, and I'll give it a little squishy squish and see what kind. Excuse me. So yeah, I'll put them on there and give them a little squishy and see what they're made of. You know, if it's more of a brittle type of wax or more of a supple kind of wax. And so yeah, let me go ahead and grab some wax seals, my starter kit, and we'll get started. So we'll just try a few of the colors, maybe some of the different finishes, so you can see what I was talking about. These are some of the new wax seals that just recently came out for Sealed for Summer. So I'll put these guys to the side. If I end up using it on a project, I do have some of the new Sealed for Summer little sprigs, which we used the other day. I do have this one, which is really lovely, and I have not used yet, the Sealed Botanical Sprigs, because in my mind I was thinking, yeah, maybe just a little something. These were, I want to say a little more Christmassy in their feel, but I love the cotton and then just like little stuff, so we'll maybe try those out. And just bring this guy out. You think I would have cleaned off that little ash that was on there, but I have not. Okay, and so this is the gold I had mentioned before that comes with the kit. So we have that. This has a little bit of gold in it from before. I'm just going to leave it. It'll kind of blend in with what I'm doing, and that's part of, I think, the charm of wax seals. And then this one, the starter kit comes with this for you. I think the head is about the same size as these guys. Again, about an inch or so. Yeah, so we're going to use 4 beads with these guys. I tried some of these out the other day, but not all of them, so we will try them today to make some different things. I'm going to put that starter kit one back. And I guess we'll just go for it. Now, since this has a little bit of goldish in there already, I'm going to try out the citrine. I don't want to destroy my bag, but if you guys recall, not too long ago I showed you that they have little storage boxes. And I had mentioned in each storage box you can probably hold a few of these, like in each quadrant or square. I guess if I call it quadrants, because you would divide it by 4. But anyway, each little space, if I can remember to grab the kit, I'll show you that. This is a lot, so it would fill up quite a bit of the storage box. I like the storage box, I think, for me, for like storing your heads, and then you have maybe a handle in there, and that'll be a great way to use it. But we want 4 of these. I haven't turned anything on yet. I'm just putting it there. And I'll probably just cut the name of the wax bead color and just pop it in there and then close this back up. So just know this is like a little Ziploc bag. If you just destroy it like this, it's not going to close, obviously, so that's why I was careful with it. Let's see. I'm going to start with the one that's on there for you. You know what? No, let's do this one. Sorry, so all you do is unscrew that. I think I did it off camera. And then just screw on the one you do want. This one's a nice new oval shape, very cool. Let's get this guy lit. These are just inexpensive tea lights from like the Dollar Tree or something. And they melt down pretty quickly, so I'll just get that going. We tried it green. I'm not gonna try every color, but let's try this one too. We'll do this lilac so you can see the look of that one. 1, 2, 3. I wanted to do like 4. Oh, we're gonna have to do like 5, aren't we? Okay, so let's try this one, just so again to see that without the shimmer. And then let's do a coral. Oh no, you know what? My candle is getting too low. Let me switch it out. I'm gonna have to switch it out for another one. I'll be right back. You know, in mentioning that, I had said these came from the Dollar Tree. Try to get the ones that are a little higher than this. This is probably like 1/4 inch deep, and then what happens is the wick finishes off before it even really gets to the rest of the wax. So I will finish these off, but I will not get those again. They just burn out too quickly. All right, I'm gonna let that melt down. I'll be right back. Let me get a little closer. And that looks pretty melty now. Again, it does have a little gold in there from what was in there before. So I'm going to kind of play with that a little bit, because if I just pour it, I'm just going to try to see if I can get some gold swirled in there. And I try to use everything I can, and I kind of made it into an oval shape. I don't know if you noticed, because we are going to drop in our oval. And since I'm doing it on this mat, I don't really care if it's, you know, upside down or anything like that. If I had a message, I'm just going to put it right down on top and let it do its thing. It does want to glide a little bit, and you see that was 4, and it has plenty all around. And then if you really want to just clean this out, do not touch that metal. It's very hot. I just take like a paper towel and just wipe that down. Now if you want to keep making mixes of color, then that doesn't matter so much. But let's go ahead and put that back on there, and I'll start melting down maybe this coral for the next one. Now I have other handles, so I can definitely just go and start with something else. I do have this one that makes a square that doesn't have anything, it's just blank. So if you had like little dried flowers, dried leaves, little confetti, something cute that you would want to embed, you can definitely do that with this guy. Like I said, this one was a little bit smaller than like these other ones, if you give it a measure. So I still have 4, which is probably, you know, a little much. I'd probably do away with 3. But let's just do that. And while that's melting down, I'm going to see if I can grab a little something to embed. We'll see. I'll be right back. All right, done. Yep, there you go. We'll switch that head out to the For You. And then it's gonna come right off there. I'm gonna let that completely cool off. It's still a little warm, but as you can see, there's a little give to it. Okay, this guy, this stuff is boiling lava hot. I'm just going to put that there. I did just grab some sequins, but let's just imagine like you have a little spray of like some cute little like baby's breath or something that's been pressed, you know, like little pressed flowers. I'm just going to carefully put those on top. Again, the reason I mentioned that's boiling lava hot is because this is sequins and it's plastic, so we'll see how that ends up. And again, it has nothing on the surface. We'll just kind of push that down. And you can imagine if you embed something, what that might look like. Now the sequins I picked are like bone color, very, very nice. Okay, and again, I'll wipe this guy out, just so we can get the color by itself, for the most part. And let's go with, oh, we did For You, let's do it with this one. Oopsie. And you can definitely do a mix of colors if you want to put 2 of like one, 2 of another. 3-in-1, whatever it is. Get yourself a little bit of a color blend, and on this one you can see the little bit of gold just kind of coming through, but again, it was very little gold that was there. And so I'm gonna let this melt down. Oh. And I'll try to just keep them flat, that way they melt at the same rate. This one might be ready, yeah. Aww. So again, just embedded little sequins. I mean, obviously it's just something fun. I just want to show you what that might look like. So we have that with the square head. I want to say they have a circle head also that doesn't have anything on it, so if you want to use that to embed things. And I think they even have a plate that cuts really tiny, tiny, tiny confettis, so you can do that with whatever papers you would like to use. This one's almost ready. I like to poke at them. Give it a few more seconds. There they go. Usually towards the end they just kind of whoop, just really go on their own. And I recently picked up myself the Essential Modern Ovals from the Sealed for Summer. So I think what we'll do is we'll do something with this. We'll add one of our wax seals and have a card at the end. But there that goes. And again, since we're doing it here, it doesn't really matter, it says for you, but if I'm doing this right to my card, I definitely pay attention to the direction of my wording. Just popping that down. It's kind of interesting how they work, because this is 4 of the one that doesn't really have like a shimmer. It might be picking up shimmer from what might be left on my spoon. But it doesn't look as much as like these guys with the 4. I don't know. Maybe once I squish it. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this out, let that set up, and I'll be right back. That one's setting up. I'm just gonna use this handle. Again, all the handles are interchangeable, even though this came with the square head. Let's pop on just a note. And let's go for Pastel Lilac. And again, we'll use 4 of these. It's still hot, even though I've cleaned it out. You can see that the beads are already melting. And I'll let those melt down, and I'll be right back. And that one's ready to go for you. Really pretty. Look how nice that came out. And these guys are ready. Again, a little different texture. The stickiness of it was different even. Let's pour that guy out. I want to say they're like more latex feeling. I don't know how to explain that. A little thicker than like the shimmery ones. There we go. And oh, we were using just a note. Again, doesn't quite matter. If I remember that this one was going to be square, I would have poured it out a little more of a square shape. I don't know how to explain that. I usually kind of pour it in like a square area, but there we go. I'm going to clean this out and I'll be right back. And the last one we'll work on today, we're going to use Laguna. And I'll get 4 of these guys going. And I recently used the just a note, so we're back at something. So let me go back to the oval with the blue flowers. Oval with the flowers, they will be blue. So we got that. And I'll switch this back out. Sorry, just unscrew it. Put this one back on. And then I'll just make one more with that Laguna, okay? And when I come back, we'll be done. Let me see, yep, that one's still setting up. So this guy really wants to stay on there. It's because it kind of hugs around the edges of it. There's your just a note with that square shape. Really pretty. And just to finish up, I was going to do this off camera, but again, you see how, I don't know if you can see that, how it pours just very, just more liquid than like the ones that don't have shimmer. So maybe a little different formulation on that. Makes no difference, just letting you know as you're watching them. You know what, I forgot this was going to be an oval shape one, so I'm actually going to take this and kind of push this way a little bit as I do this. Okay, and get it in there. Go. And I'm going to wipe this out. And I'm done with that. And I'll be back. Okay, not too long, and there we go. I'm just going to switch this back out so I can put it back in my packaging. I do want to show you, I did go ahead and bring out the Spellbinders wax seal box. Now what happens is that you can remove these guys, so if you wanted to make a space just for your handle, you can do that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, so we'll have it there. I was going to say you can go this way, but it can't go this other way because these guys are permanently there. It's just these little ones that you can switch out. And then, you know, if you want to put in, or you can even hold your wax seals when you're done, right, for storage. You can put a couple in each space, clearly. And let me see, what I was trying to show you is that they do come with quite a bit, right, 100. So I would say maybe 25 or so fit in each space. So if you're going to store these away, that takes pretty much the whole bag. Yeah, I would say roughly 4 quadrant, I mentioned earlier, will fit a whole bag. So clearly if you want to just put a few in here, you know, maybe a little section of each color, so that you have a little kit that you can just pull out and use, and once they start getting low, you go back to your main, you know, wherever it is that you're keeping them in a drawer, and refill them. But you can do that. You can hold your heads in here, you know, and things like that. So yeah, whatever it is that you want to use them for, they hold lots of different things. All right, I will be right back. So I just finished it off. I had a little mandala one that I had, and some darker pink wax beads that I had also in my stash. Just put that in there. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use this guy, and again I get samples, so my sample is still in a little bag, but this is the twine that looks like twine wrapped around something, so you know, you can pop that on there or whatever, but you need to cut 2 of these, okay? So that's how that works. So it looks like one's coming from one side, one's coming from the other, so I'll probably cut that out of like craft cardstock or something like that. What I'm thinking is maybe we make this a whole card base. So this is our larger die, and so what I'm going to do is just grab some paper, and here we go. I just need to fold it in half, and I can do it this way, I guess. Okay, let's just see about how much paper I need. I want the whole height of this die, obviously. Something there. That looks like 6 inches of paper, just to start off with. And then I'm just going to score this to make a shaped card base. So this is just white cardstock, and I know there's 8.5, so we're going to score it at 4 1/4. So 8.5 by 6 piece of paper, score it at 4 1/4. Just get your crisp fold line, and we're going to place this right on the fold, okay? So I don't want the fold to be cut away, so as I look at it, you can see your cutting edge right there, and that looks pretty good. Just making sure it's nice and straight, and of course put some tape. We don't want that to move. We're going to run that through our die cutting machine, and we'll have a shaped card base. And then let's see, I'm using craft card. We have white card base. Let's run this through some black paper. This one, or maybe the next one. You know, I like to keep my nesting really tight. Let's run this through some black paper, and I'll be right back with those pieces, okay? And then we'll go from there. So funny, I was like, oh, I need a piece of craft cardstock, and I found a piece that was exactly like the length of this. That, I love when that happens. Okay, so it's a little delicate. It's supposed to look like twine, so you want a really nice look to that. And like I said, you need 2 of them to make it work. So you have one coming from either side. Ooh, and you know what? I guess while I was here I could have gone ahead and cut this sprig as I was going to do, but for right now I just wanted to see how this looks. So this is our card base. Let's take that away. And with any luck we didn't cut through, so that's good. I put it right on the very edge of that oval. Cute. And then we have this one. And I do like how clean that is, but you know, I think I'm going to run that through an embossing folder, because why not? Well, okay, so, you know, we're going to have this around here, and it's going to wrap around the sides of this, right? And then the center we have like this guy, or even, you know, an oval one, whatever it is that you want to put, right? They'll all cover that spot. We can keep it nice and simple with our little sprigs and our message, but I think I am going to go ahead and run this through an embossing folder. So just going to look in my stash that I happen to have here next to me. I have some different things, and oh, that's cute. Maybe just this one, because it just has a lot of florals going. So that's the April 2023 embossing folder of the month, and I'll be right back. That just adds so much. Okay, so I'll have those two, and then whatever waxu we want to use. And like I said, I'll just grab from this set, maybe from a different set too, because, well, let's see. We have this, it looks like little cotton. I think that's so sweet, so we'll definitely run that through. Maybe some brown, darker brown, maybe mahogany paper, something like that. Little white puffs, or cream colored, however you want to use that. And maybe some of these little wheat ones. I don't know if I'm going to run them through a wheat color though. We'll see. I might use these, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, so of course gold. I was like, well, I don't want to do another beige because we have the craft and we have the brown, you know. Yeah, so I did both of these little twiggies from gold. Okay, so just a couple things to put together. These guys, and let me just grab a little glue. So for these guys here, I'm just going to turn it over and put a little glue, a little less than that, and then take these guys. I turned it back over so I can see what I'm doing here, and just put these on. How cute are those? My dad worked in the cotton fields basically his whole life. Well, when he was little in Puerto Rico, he worked in tobacco fields, and I mean little. I'm talking about 4, 5, 6 years of age. Yep. And he's 83 now and strong as an ox, but yeah, not an easy upbringing. And then when he was a farmer out here in California, farm laborer, should I say, worked in the cotton fields, and we used to go to the cotton gin type thing with him. That was always like fun for us because he would drive these huge trucks carrying these huge like kind of what you would see like being pulled by like a train. I don't know how to explain it. These huge things that held all these cotton buds and they would take it to be what's the word, refined? Is that the word? I don't know. Anyway, it wasn't that far from the house, but he drove very slowly, so it always felt like it was just took forever, and it was fun just to go out there. Alright, so I'll do the same thing with this other one, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's bring these pieces back. And I haven't stuck this down because, you know, this other part needs to wrap around it. How cute are these little cotton? I love it. Maybe that one will go behind, I don't know. This guy has 2 sprigs, but it's the one piece. Just kind of seeing how I want to put this together. I'm gonna do something like that. So I'm just gonna play with this a little bit. Like I said, we're not sticking it to the card base yet because we just don't have to. This is interesting because they're all very fine. I think what I'm gonna do is pick them up in my hand and kind of put some glue behind them, stick it down, and then just kind of give it some, what I mean is glue, 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 a little glue on this guy, of course, glue, 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 and maybe a little glue down in this area here, just to have an idea of what I'm doing, making it really organic. Maybe that can go a little more that way. Okay, so I'm not gonna mess with this much more right now. Put a little glue on these little sprigs down here. Just kind of running the glue behind the little sprig. This might seem a little odd, it's just that they're so fine and there's so many pieces. I'm just gonna do it like that, and what I'm going to do is put this on top. Right on top, straight down. Okay. And I'm gonna put my machine on top, and then I'll take a little peek and look. Again, I haven't glued it down to the card base yet. It's just my flowers, my sprigs on that black piece of cardstock. I'm gonna leave this here for about a minute. I'll take a peek and see if it's where they need to be, if I need to make any adjustments, and then I'll let it kind of flatten out. Okay, so I'll be back. So it's been about a minute, and so I'm just going to take a little peek and see if I have that pretty much where I want. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm happy with that, but I am going to let it squish for a little bit longer, so just going to get a little more glue. Now you can definitely leave this being structural the way I have it, like, you know, a little more, just kind of doing its own thing up here and stuff. Why not? I'm just kind of eyeballing what that looks like. So pretty. And I'm just going to put this on top of here again, just to really help me squish those down. And it seems to be like I need the weight up here more than anything. The wax seals back here? No. Okay. Alright, well I'm going to let that sit for just a little bit longer. Again, I have all of these sentiments from the Better Press that I can also add. Like, let's say I went with like a wax seal that doesn't have a sentiment or something. You know, happy birthday, you're my thoughts. Like, I have all these other ones. You're a great friend would match really nicely with the brown. Always and forever. I mean, any of these guys. But we'll see. Okay, I'll let that set up for a little bit longer and I'll be back. Okay, so just check that. Pretty good. Okay, and then we have this little guy here. I would say that I stick this down a little bit. I might have, oh, nope, come on up. There we go. I have to clean that up. Oh, you know what? Well, I don't have it right here, but when something like that happens, you can just use a little eraser, and I'll get mine and just get that little bit off of there, but this is gonna go right here. And then these guys, we can go ahead and glue these together. We probably should have already done that. And that just helps you hold everything together. If this was little strips, I mean, it would be something you'd have to hold onto yourself. So basically that's why it has this edge also. It's kind of interesting looking, but that's what keeps it together. And the point is to wrap it around instead of like cutting them off. So it'd be somewhere like here, right? And let's see. Oh, the little green looks so pretty. That's that pop of color for you is really nice. I think I'll go with the green. So for right now, I'm just gonna put a little glue here. Hot glue would work really well just because we're getting bulkier and bulkier as we're working here. Let me see. Cute. A little higher up. Something like that. Okay. And then these bits are going to wrap around to the back. And that's it. So you have an idea of how they're going to wrap. And when you turn it over, you apply some glue. there and behind this one. Of course, this will all glue down also, so I'm gonna hold that down. I'm gonna get rid of that little black paper right there, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so there we have that. And I'm just gonna glue it straight down. Lots of glue, we have embossing, we have thickness, we have lots going on. Definitely getting some glue down in here. And I'll pop that on there. And again, I can just put this on top. And my whole machine on top and hold that down. Okay, everything looking nice and flat. And then, you know, we have our different pieces I had mentioned using this green one. I mean, oh, look how that just, I'm gonna come in a little bit closer. Looks so pretty. I love how just the colors are just so soft. Really nice for fall, actually. Now that I look at it. That one with just a little something in there. I mean, even that lavender, like, they all just work. And we also have markers that you can kind of color in over the top. They're like gold or silver, bronze, these colors, and it helps pop the sentiment if you'd like, or just parts of, you know, your design there. I think I'm still gonna go with this one. And the flowers look like, you know, they go up here. I suppose they do have a direction. I'm gonna use the same glue, and I think that'll work for us. So of course I'm gonna let that set up completely. How cute. I was debating which of the sentiments, if I want to bring these guys in. I mean, you can definitely even put your sentiment, depending on what you were doing or how your plan was going. I mean, you can probably stick it under here, or coming out of one of these, you know, add it in there, straight right here, over the top. I mean, there's just different places. I went with this shaped one because I haven't really used the shaped ones yet. So again, this is from the Better Press. They are sold out, a lot of the sentiments here and there, but oh my goodness. And again, you know, where do I want to pop this? I'm always kind of wanting to go down in here. So there we go. You're a great friend. Really pretty, really fun, lots of new colors. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review. Images coming up, you guys. I'll have the links in the description box. Again, generally link to Spellbinders, depending on the collection, where they might be available, maybe scrapbook.com, scrapbookpal, things like that. So those will all be there. And I did want to show you with these guys, I just cut down the label and put them in here like this. So still has the name and all that kind of stuff. And then again, we have the cute little package here. I think these are like $2.99 on their site. So there you go. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. You know, before I log off too far away, again, they're pretty supple. I think if you're going to put this on the outside of an envelope, you definitely want to pour it, like go ahead and heat it up and pour it on the envelope and do your stamping, other than sticking it on top afterwards, like with this, because then the glue is going to be something that you're contend with that might just pop off, right? So I would go for it right onto the envelope, you know, see how it goes. Again, when they're brittle is when they really just kind of break apart. Unless this really just gets caught on something you do non-machinable, right, mail, it should be fine. But let me know how it goes for you guys. All right, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.